Hey Dan, I wanted to give you a little birthday wish, and it could probably be a blessing to anybody who had ears to hear it. So this is my birthday wish for you, and I pray it's a blessing for everybody who hears it. Jesus actually needed a man to help him carry his cross. King David as a child fought for God's honor and killed a giant. Joseph resisted temptation on every turn, and he was thrown into a well by jealous brothers and did very well everywhere he turned. Why was that? Only one reason: he cared for his father's honor. Ruth cared for Naomi, and she said, "Where you go, I will go. My people will be your people, and nothing but death will part me from you." She retained God's honor and was greatly blessed. Esther did the same thing, so did Abagail, and the story goes on and on. So did Abel. Jesus said, "He who honors me, him will my Father honor." Ephesians 6:2 says, "Honor your father and mother," which is the first commandment with promise. The promises of God, on and on and on they go for all those who are willing to honor God and honor all men. I'd put all of 1 Peter chapter 2 here for you to read, but I'll leave it for you to do. But one thing that really stood out for me was honor all men, love the brotherhood, honor the king. Again, the whole thing is so appropriate for you in your life, the whole chapter. So, most people you'll ever meet will live for their own pleasure and happiness, greed, and their selfishness. Proverbs 20 verse 6 says, "Most men will proclaim each man his own goodness, but who can find a faithful man, a full of faith man, a full of faith to love God and honor him by how you love his children, man?" 1 Samuel 18:1 says, "As soon as he finished speaking to Saul, the soul of Jonathan was knit to the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul." You're a strong joint and a ligament, Dan, in a greater whole, providing what other parts of the body need. And the song of salvation that has come through you, all your many songs, are so much more glorious than words can ever describe, or that I could put in this birthday note. And you can find Dan's songs on a playlist on this channel. So Revelations 5:9 says, "And they sung a new song, 'Thou art worthy to take the book, to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain. Thou hast redeemed us unto God by the blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation, even to do good and communicate, to talk to the one teaching you.'" That sacrifice that's well-pleasing to God is a sacrifice few people are willing to actually make. So in the last year, I've watched one of the most incredible things I've just about ever seen. A man of honor interacting with another man of honor as they honor the king together. Your love for the Father, the one sent to you, and his love for the Son sent to him, and how I watched that play out down the last year, all I can say about that is, holy, holy, holy is the Lord. The heavens are full of your glory. I feel honored by God and for the children he's given me, and the blessing of watching your children honor the King is a blessing beyond words. You would think that, as your song says, "Bread upon the water," that you would only have one life to live, one destiny to lead, but you've actually led another. You've walked out another destiny. That's a great song too. You can find it on this channel, "Bread on the Water." So there was once a poor woman with a son. Oh, I'm going to skip that for now, but 1 Timothy 2:18 says, "Servants, be subject to your masters with all fear, with honor towards God, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the froward. For this is thankworthy, if a man for conscience sake endures grief, suffering wrongfully. For what glory is it if when you be buffeted for your faults, you take it patiently? But if when you do well and suffer for it, and you take it patiently, this is what's acceptable to God." So the stories in the Old Testament have a way of becoming alive and living on in the lives of others over and over and over again, generation after generation. It's all been done before, just like your song says, Dan. So I was going to make breakfast one day for a man of God I barely knew. I didn't realize I only had $20 to my name to feed my children for 1 week. I began praying, and I Bible bingoed opened the book of life to this story, and it became alive in my life that day. There once was a poor woman with a son. A man sent from God came to her. Instead of eating her last meal with her and her son dying, she fed the man of God instead. And her oil never ran out. And I bet her son's oil never ran out either. You possess a rare quality in this world of fear. You have the faith to love. That's really huge. A lot of people don't actually have the faith to love. And there's no greater way for anyone to honor their Father in heaven who they don't see than by loving those who they actually do see. In a world of fear where many shall be offended, Dan, to watch you grow in faith and love is pretty awesome to watch. And I know because you've cared about honoring the Father, that one day Jesus is going to honor you just like we all do. And we're so thankful for all the many songs that you've written and sung to us, and for the very gift of God you are. You're a ligament, a joint, one of many members of a body, am I? We really do need one another, like the song says, like the earth needs the fallen rain. Most people don't even get that in this land of independence we're living in, that we're actually bone of each other's bone and flesh of each other's flesh. They don't understand the mystery of marriage, Christ in the church. So there's a lot of people out there saying to the eye, saying to the hand, I don't really need you. Thank God for the people that decide to give up their independence and decide to live for a purpose greater than themselves and decide to honor the Father by walking in honor towards his children. It's really powerful. A gracious woman retains honor. Amen.